You have been standing at a locked door for months now, trying every strategy you know to force it open, exhausting yourself with effort and planning and striving. But what if I told you the key has been in your pocket the entire time, and you just did not realize what you were holding? Today is the day that door swings open, but not because you pushed harder, or got smarter, or found the right connection. Today, that door opens because you are about to discover that kindness is the master key that unlocks pathways you thought were permanently closed. The Virgin Mary has been watching you wrestle with this obstacle, whatever it is that has been blocking your progress, and she is about to show you that the solution was never in your strength or intelligence. The solution has always been in your willingness to extend kindness in a specific situation that will present itself before this day ends. Pay close attention to what I am about to tell you, because missing this opportunity would mean staying stuck for another season when breakthrough is literally within reach right now. There is someone you are going to encounter today. It might be someone you know, or it could be a complete stranger, but this person is carrying a key to your next level, disguised as a need that only you can meet in that moment. Most people will walk right past this opportunity because they are too focused on their own problems, too consumed by their own struggles, too convinced that they do not have anything to give when they themselves are lacking. But the Virgin Mary is revealing to you right now that this divine appointment is set, and your response to this person's need will determine whether you stay where you are or step into something new. The encounter might seem insignificant on the surface. Someone needing directions, someone short on cash at the checkout line, someone looking overwhelmed and needing a kind word, someone asking for help with something simple. But do not be fooled by the ordinary appearance, because heaven orchestrates extraordinary breakthroughs through ordinary moments of kindness. What you do in that moment, how you respond to that need, whether you choose inconvenience and compassion over convenience and indifference, that choice will trigger a sequence of events that leads directly to the door you have been trying to open. Let me tell you something about how the spiritual realm operates that most people never understand, which is why they keep struggling unnecessarily. Every act of genuine kindness you extend creates a ripple in the unseen world. It releases favor. It activates angels. It moves the heart of God in your direction, and it positions you to receive what you could never earn or achieve through your own effort. The reason you have been stuck is not because you are not talented enough or connected enough or hardworking enough. You are stuck because you have been operating in a system that values taking and getting and achieving, while heaven operates in a system that values giving and serving and loving. When you shift from trying to get your breakthrough to becoming a breakthrough for someone else, something supernatural happens. Doors that were locked suddenly unlock. Opportunities that were hidden suddenly become visible. People who could help you suddenly appear in your path, and the very thing you have been chasing starts chasing you. This is not karma or the universe. This is the principle Jesus taught, that whatever you sow, you will reap. And when you sow kindness, even when it costs you something, you are planting seeds that will produce a harvest far greater than what you gave. Now, I need to be very specific about what is coming your way today, because the Virgin Mary wants you to be prepared to recognize the moment when it arrives. You are going to face a situation where showing kindness will require something from you. It might cost you time when you are already running late. It might cost you money when you are already stretched thin. It might cost you energy when you are already exhausted. Or it might cost you pride when you feel like you are the one who deserves help, not the one giving it. In that moment, every logical reason to walk away will flood your mind. You will think of your own needs, your own problems, your own limitations. And the enemy will whisper that you do not have enough to give, that this is not your responsibility, that someone else should handle it. But I am telling you right now, before that moment arrives, that if you listen to those voices, you will miss your miracle. If you choose convenience over compassion, you will walk past the very key you have been searching for. If you protect what you think you cannot afford to give, you will lose what you have been trying so hard to get. The door will remain locked, not because God is withholding from you, but because you were unwilling to participate in the principle He established for how blessings flow. There is a story I need to share with you about something I witnessed that illustrates exactly what I am talking about. There was a woman who had been applying for a promotion at her job for 2 years. She was qualified. She had the experience. She had done everything right, but the door kept closing, and she could not understand why. One morning, she was rushing to an important meeting, already running late, when she saw an elderly man struggling with heavy grocery bags in the parking lot. Everything in her wanted to keep walking, because she could not afford to be any later than she already was. But something inside her said stop and help. She spent 5 minutes helping him load his groceries. He thanked her. She rushed to her meeting, which had already started without her. The next day, she got a call from corporate headquarters. A position had opened that did not exist the day before. A position that was perfect for her skills. And she later found out that the decision-maker who pushed for her to get that job was the son of the elderly man she helped in the parking lot, who had mentioned to his son how kind this woman at his grocery store had been. She got the promotion not because of her resume, but because of her kindness. The door opened, not because she tried harder, but because she stopped trying long enough to see someone else's need. That is how heaven works, and that is what is being set up for you today. The person you help, the kindness you show, the moment you choose compassion over convenience is connected to your breakthrough in ways you cannot see yet. But here is what you need to understand. It has to be genuine kindness, not strategic kindness. You cannot help someone while calculating what you might get in return. You cannot give with one hand while keeping score with the other. You cannot show compassion while resenting the inconvenience. Heaven sees your heart, not just your actions, and the principle only works when the kindness flows from a place of genuine love, not from a place of manipulation or obligation. This is why the Virgin Mary is speaking to you now before the moment arrives, so that you can prepare your heart, so that you can check your motives, so that when the opportunity presents itself, you can respond from a pure place rather than from a transactional place. The key is in the kindness itself, not in the outcome you hope it produces, and paradoxically, that is exactly why it produces the outcome you need. Let me tell you what is going to happen in your life over the next 30 days if you choose kindness today when the moment comes. The door that has been locked will not just open. It will swing wide, revealing opportunities you did not even know existed behind it. People who could never seem to find time for you will suddenly become available and responsive. Resources you needed but could not access will flow to you from unexpected sources. Problems that seemed complicated will suddenly have simple solutions that appear out of nowhere. You will experience a shift in atmosphere where things that were hard become easy, where obstacles that were immovable start moving, where favor that was absent becomes present. But most importantly, you will discover that you possess something more valuable than talent or connections or money. You possess the ability to unlock doors through the power of kindness, and once you understand this principle, you will never be stuck again, because you will know that whenever you need a door to open, you can activate that opening by finding someone whose life you can touch with genuine compassion. Now I want to address those of you who are cynical about this message, who are thinking that this sounds too simple or too good to be true or like some kind of prosperity gospel manipulation. I understand your skepticism because you have probably been taught that God's blessings are random, or that breakthrough requires sacrifice and suffering, or that if you are struggling, it must be because you did something wrong. But what if all of that is just religious thinking that keeps people in bondage when Jesus actually came to show us a different way, a way where the last become first, where the givers receive more than the takers, where those who lose their life find it, where dying to self produces resurrection life. Kindness is not a magic formula. It is a spiritual principle. It is how the kingdom of heaven operates, and when you align yourself with kingdom principles, you position yourself to receive kingdom results. You do not have to believe me right now. You just have to be willing to test it today when the opportunity comes. To choose kindness even though you are skeptical. To give even though you are not sure what will happen. And then watch over the next few weeks as your skepticism turns into wonder when you see doors opening that you stopped believing could open. There is something else I need to warn you about because the enemy knows what I just told you, and he is going to try to neutralize this opportunity before you can take advantage of it. Between now and when your kindness moment arrives today, he is going to send distractions, irritations, and frustrations designed to put you in a bad mood, so that when the opportunity to show kindness presents itself, you will be too annoyed or too stressed to respond with compassion. You might get cut off in traffic. You might receive bad news about something. You might have an argument with someone. You might experience technical difficulties or delays, or any number of things that are meant to steal your peace and harden your heart. Do not fall for it. Recognize it for what it is, which is a setup to rob you of your breakthrough. And instead of letting those things derail you, use them as confirmation that you are on the right track. Because the enemy only fights this hard when you are about to step into something significant. When the irritations come today, do not react the way you normally would. Catch yourself. Take a breath. Remember what I told you, and protect your peace, because you are going to need it when the real opportunity arrives. I want you to understand the timing of why this message found you today specifically, and not last week or next month. You have been in a season of preparation where God has been working on your character, teaching you patience, testing your faithfulness, and refining your heart, and that season is now complete. Today marks a transition point where you move from preparation into manifestation, from sowing into reaping, from waiting into receiving. But the door between those two seasons will only open if you demonstrate that you learned what the last season was meant to teach you. Kindness is the final exam. It is the proof that your heart is ready for what your hands are about to receive. It is the evidence that you will handle blessing with the same humility you handled struggle. Some of you have been asking God why the wait has been so long, why the door has stayed closed despite your prayers and efforts, and the answer is that He was not withholding from you, He was preparing you, and the preparation is now complete, but you have to pass through this final doorway, which requires you to extend to someone else the same grace and compassion that God has been extending to you. Let me paint you a picture of two different futures, and you get to choose today which one becomes your reality. In the first future, you encounter the person I described. You feel the tug in your spirit to help, but you talk yourself out of it because of all the logical reasons I mentioned earlier. You walk away feeling slightly guilty, but you rationalize it and move on with your day. The door remains locked. Another month passes. Another opportunity is missed. And you stay frustrated, wondering when your breakthrough is going to come, while never realizing you held the key in your hand and chose not to use it. Weeks later, you hear about someone else who got the opportunity you were waiting for, and you wonder why it was not you, never making the connection between the kindness you withheld and the blessing you did not receive. In the second future, you encounter that same person. You feel the same tug, but this time you say yes, even though it is inconvenient. You help, even though it costs you something. You give even though you feel like you do not have enough to give. Something shifts in that moment. You feel it even if you cannot explain it. And over the next few days, things start happening that make no logical sense. People reach out to you. Opportunities appear. Problems resolve. And within weeks, you are walking through the door that was locked, stepping into the new path that was hidden, experiencing the breakthrough you had given up on. You look back on that moment of kindness and realize it was the turning point. It was the key. It was the thing that changed everything. Here is what I want you to do right now, before you go any further into your day. I want you to make a decision in advance that when the opportunity comes today, you are going to say yes to kindness, regardless of what it costs you or how inconvenient it is. Decide now while you are calm and clear-minded, because in the moment, there will be too much noise, too many excuses, too much resistance. Make the decision now that you are going to be the person who stops, who helps, who gives, who shows compassion, and then when the moment arrives, you are simply executing a decision you already made rather than trying to decide in the heat of the moment. Write this down if you need to. Set a reminder on your phone. Do whatever it takes to keep this front of mind, because I promise you the opportunity is coming, and it would be a tragedy to miss it after you have been warned in advance that it is on its way. I also want to encourage those of you who have been kind people all along, who have given and served and helped without recognition or reward, who are tempted to feel like kindness does not actually work because you have been generous and still struggle. First, every act of kindness you have extended has planted a seed, and those seeds are about to produce a harvest that will overwhelm you with its abundance. Nothing you gave was wasted, even if you never saw immediate returns. Second, the breakthrough that is coming is not just because of today's kindness, but because of the cumulative effect of all the kindness you have shown when nobody was watching. Heaven keeps perfect records, and payment is coming for every good thing you did that nobody appreciated. Third, today is different, because today you are not just being kind randomly. You are being kind strategically. You are being kind with awareness of the principle I just taught you, and that awareness activates something that casual kindness does not activate. So do not grow weary in doing good. Do not stop being kind just because you have not seen results yet. And know that today is the day when all those seeds you planted are about to break through the surface and produce fruit. Before I close, I want to pray a blessing over you for the opportunity that is coming your way today. Father, I thank you for every person hearing this message, and I ask that you would heighten their spiritual sensitivity today, so they recognize the divine appointment when it arrives. Give them a heart of compassion that overrides their natural self-interest. Give them generosity that flows from trust in your provision. Give them kindness that comes from knowing how kind you have been to them. When the moment comes, remove every obstacle in their mind that would cause them to walk past the opportunity, and let them experience the joy of being used by you to bless someone else. Then, Father, I ask that you would honor their obedience by opening the door they have been standing in front of, by releasing the breakthrough they have been waiting for, by activating the favor that has been held back until this moment. Let them see clearly the connection between their kindness and their blessing, so they understand this principle and can walk in it for the rest of their life. In Jesus' name, amen. Now here is what I need from you if this message spoke to your spirit. First, leave a comment right now and type these words: I choose kindness as my key today, because that public declaration will strengthen your resolve when the moment arrives and you need to remember what you committed to. Second, subscribe to this channel, because understanding spiritual principles like this one is a journey, and future messages will continue to give you keys that unlock doors you did not even know were available. Third, hit the like button as an act of faith, as an agreement with heaven that you are ready to operate in kingdom principles rather than worldly principles. The key is in your hand. The door is in front of you. The opportunity is coming today, and your response will determine whether you stay stuck or step forward into everything that has been prepared for you. Do not overthink it. Do not complicate it. Just be kind when the moment comes, and watch what God does with your willingness to love someone else more than you love your own comfort. The Virgin Mary is interceding for you right now. Angels are being positioned to help you, and your breakthrough is closer than you think. It is just one act of genuine kindness away,